everybody, and welcome back to another Wizard Sleeve video. So what are we going to be looking at today? Well, we're going to be looking at a few little things that I recently purchased, and then we're going to be looking at some of the stuff that I've actually done so far. First and foremost, I got a little care package off of a Mr. Andy 2D6 the other day. He sent me a bunch of skeletons, and in those skeletons there was this. This is really awesome, guys. This is a zombie troll from the, the Dungeon Saga game, which I was pretty chuffed at. It's nice to, because you can't, I don't think you can buy these separately, but for some reason Andy got two in his. He's kind of like finished with his undead, or not really doing much with his undead at the moment, so he said I could have this. And it's really cool. It's going to be a nice little addition to my zombie trolls regiment. Although I do think that they're a little bit, I think he's a little bit too small. I mean, that's a zombie troll right there, and then he would be, it looks a little bit small on the small side, but I think he'll fit in nicely anyway. He'll be a cool necromantic addition to my undead army, so that's always pretty cool. But I'm really happy to have it, although it is somewhat of the resticky nature, but that's just Mantic. But it looks really cool. Not actually seen one of these up close and personal, and I've been to that many Mantic open days that I bloody should have. So let's just have a little close up ourselves. Is my light even on? Is it even working? Is it even decent? Put it on full power. There we go. That's better, isn't it? We can see a little bit more detail now. So yeah, nice little miniature. Not too sure what's going on in the head department there. Head looks really tiny, like a little pinhead. Like a little golf ball head. But yeah, I could switch out the head, I guess. I think the head is something that's somewhat separate. I'm not too sure. But I like his like curly branch staff with this big tusk like coming through. That's really cool. They've got some nice like disgustingly fleshy like wounds and openings and stuff all over his arms and things like that. I also really like this little rib cage thing on the top. I don't actually know what that is. It looks like it's some kind of creature that he appears to be wearing as some form of back decoration. But yeah, really cool. I like all like the straps and stuff as well that he's got here. Like this. Like, it looks like he's kind of like got like a big slab of leather on there that's held up by straps and things. It looks really cool. Got some more little bone trinkets going around his arm here, and then some delicious, juicy detailing on this big old hole on the tops of his shoulders and stuff. Really cool. So moving on from that, Andy sent me a massive bloody fucking heap ton of Mantic skeletons. Very grateful, because hey ho, you know, it's nice to get units and stuff like that, you know, additional ones. I have been slowly painting up my other ones, if I can just get them down without knocking everything off. Oh, come on, you bastards, come on. So I've been slowly painting up some of my own. I actually bought these. I've got these skeleton Horde now, and yeah, so I've been slowly doing these guys. And I gotta say, guys, goddamn, I hate painting them. If there's anyone out there that wants to volunteer to do a good deed for the channel and wants to paint these skeleton bastards, please make yourself known. God damn, I hate painting them. They're nice models. As skeletons go, they're probably some of the best skeleton models that I've actually seen. The only downside to them is that A, there's that many of them, and B, they're not just standard skeletons. Like the old school standard like GW skeletons. Oh, excuse me. Oh, sorry guys, tired. The old standard GW skeletons were literally just skeletons, and you could literally paint them all white, wash them, dry brush them, done. These guys, because of the lovely detailings on them, they have got loads of cloth scabbards, chainmails, armour plates, all that kind of stuff. It just makes painting them en masse so laborious. It's crazy. Obviously, I need to paint the bases of these guys. Are pretty much nearly done. I'm purposely, I don't think I'm going to spend a lot of time on the skeletons, just getting a couple of base colours on them in a wash, just because there's so many of them. I've got another 20 unbuilt, and I've got another 20 from Andy, which is great, but they need to be painted as well, and it's just like, it's so annoying. So if there's anyone out there, UK based preferably, that wants to paint some skeletons for me, and wants to help the channel, obviously I can't pay you because I'm dirt poor at the moment, but you'll get eternal gratitude, you'll get shout outs on the channel, and yeah, you'll just be doing Kent the Wolf Time a massive favour. God, I hate painting skeletons so much. I fucking hate it. But anyway, moving on. I managed to pick up off of the old eBays the other day. I managed to pick up some juicy Reaper miniatures, and we're going to have a little look through them. And I've had these for a little while, but I wanted to do a video with them. I've not been able to take them out of the packaging because of that. So we've got 4 fantastic Reaper miniatures to look at today. Now I wanted some interesting looking fantasy miniatures, just as like unit fillers and gap fillers and stuff like that. So this is them. The first thing we're going to look at is this one. I'm just going to pick for random. So we have a, what's he called? He is Satheras, the male warlock. Really cool. I wanted necromancer models, but I realised that a lot of the warlocks and stuff actually look pretty necromancer-ish in themselves. So we're going to just open him up. Rip, rend, tear, in the words of Ashens. So these are Reaper Bones miniatures. These are Reaper Bones miniatures from the, I think, the Dark Haven range. So we're going to zoom in. I don't know how well these are going to show up on camera, but they are the classic woo bendy Reaper miniatures stuff. But nonetheless, really nicely detailed. And the great thing about Reaper is that if you drop them, they ain't going to break. So not only do you have nicely detailed Reaper miniatures stuff, we have pretty much indestructible miniatures right here. Let's see if we can get a close-up on his face. It's a little bit difficult because it's all kind of white, but he's going to look really, really cool. I might do some more progress pictures of these guys up on the Facebook group once I've got like a base coat and a wash on them. Mainly because they're really hard to actually show up on the actual camera itself. So that's the male warlock. We're gonna we'll put him back here because look, they're freestanding. They come with their own little bases. The next thing we're going to look at is this guy. This is just a werewolf. Now I got this basically to kind of be a stand-in for the Mantic special character. I think it's Lycanus, or Wolfarnus, Lycanus I think it is. However, I realised that he's pretty much not the right size for him. Really nice. This is a slightly stiffer miniature. Really, really nice though. I mean, although in regards to the sizing, I don't think that... I don't know now, actually. If I put him on the same level as him. Oh no, I thought this was a little bit smaller than the Mantic Werewolf. So he will go nicely, actually, without looking too oversized, because apparently the Lycanus model from Mantic is bloody huge. Yeah, guys, so here he is. He's a really nice looking werewolf model, actually. That's one of the things that's hard to find, is good werewolf models. I think Mantic do the best multi-part kit, and this is probably one of the best 28mm scale werewolves that I've seen in a long, long time. The camera's actually struggling to focus because of the colour of him. But yeah, he's pretty cool. I'll probably slice a lot of these guys off their bases and stuff, just because I think the base is a little bit too thick, and I want to use obviously my own and stuff like that. But he's a really nice one. He's like got full werewolf, like covered in fur, really nice tail. Although I do question the how long that tail will last. Although the Reaper stuff is relatively tough, as I've said before. But he's pretty cool. He's a cool looking werewolf guy. So we'll put him there next to the warlock. There we go. Next thing we're going to look at this chapo here. This is just a skeletal champion. Now, this guy is a little bit weird looking. I've heard mixed messages about him. I've seen him painted up really well. I've seen him painted up horribly. Apparently, the main issue people have is there's not much detail on his face, and he kind of just looks like a smiley skeleton. Let's just zoom in and see what we can see. Yeah, the detailing isn't that good, but I think with a bit of edge highlighting and stuff, that could be brought out really well. Oh, he needs to have his little... What the fuck is that he's got in his hand there? Oh, it's like a little mace type thing. I think I'll probably end up heating up some water and bending it back that way. But yeah, so he's a skeleton champion. I think he looks more like a lich. Personally, with he's a fully armoured skeleton with like a cool cloak. This cloak is really cool. The cloak is actually the thing, his clothing was the thing that actually brought me to him. It's really, really nice. I'm going to have fun painting that up. And again, this plastic is quite stiff as well compared to like if you look, that mace end and this staff end is pretty much the same thickness, and this is way way stiffer than this stuff, so I don't know whether it's a different formula or whatever. But he's gonna be painted up cool. I think I'm gonna paint him up like some kind of like lich sorcerer or something. So he's a cool little model, and he can go back there with the rest of him. The next one we're going to look at, this is my favourite, my all-time favourite. This is, what's his name? Dark Rasp, the evil priest. And, you know, if anyone is looking for a Necromancer model that's not Mantic, that's not Games Workshop, that's, you know, just a little bit different and relatively cheap, for like £2.50, this guy can be yours. He is really, really cool. I love the scythe, although that is crazy bendy. That's a little bit disappointing. If this was in like a hard resin or like a hard plastic or a hard metal, it would be so much cooler, so much nicer. But no, really, really cool. I like the fact that he's got like a bone scroll with these runes going down it on here. He's in a really dynamic pose. Looks like he's about to cast a spell or raise some undead. I like that he's got this weird like sensor bearer like down here. Like maybe that's like an urn full of like deathly stuff. You know, like maybe it's like got a load of like zombie juice in it or something. I don't know. But yeah, that scythe is definitely going to have to be bent up like that in order to keep it in line with the top of the scythe there. But he's got a really cool face. If it'll focus, are you going to focus? No, I can hear my camera struggling. Let's just knock it back a touch. Yeah, there you go. He's got a really cool, really interesting face, and he's got a fucking epic beard. That beard would make Gandalf cry. That's fucking amazing. Let's just flip him round a touch just to see what we got. We got some cool chains and stuff, and some other nice detailing, and then another epic cloak. It's going to be said, I'm going to have fun painting all these cloaks, guys. I love painting flowing cloaks and like material and stuff on miniatures. It's probably one of my favourite things to do as of late, because it just looks so nice when you hit it with a wash. But so there's my Reaper stuff. They're going to get painted up soon enough. And I think I'm going to show you now, guys, some of the other stuff that I've been doing. You know my Chaos Warriors that I did? You know, I was going to make them all like wraiths and stuff. Well, I've pretty much finished them. I only have the basing left to do. And here we go. Are you ready? Ooh, spooky ghosts. Yeah, so these are my wraiths. These turned out really cool. Such an easy, goddamn easy and basic like paint scheme. I was really, really surprised with it. I mean, the only issue I have is with the base and stuff. I'll explain that in a second, but let's just zoom in and have a little pan across. I really, really like the way these guys turned out. I will tell you how I did them. It's so easy, like super, super easy. So they just look so ghostly and so wraith-like. It's amazing when they're all painted that uniform colour. And then you've got the actual fact that I actually have a proper GW wraith in the front here, like leading them all. Now what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to, because I quite like the fact that the wraith is kind of like on its own a little bit like that. What I might do, I might just paint this base brown, this movement tray brown. And like just paint these two little side bits here, just so that I've got a little area for the wraith to go, because it just looks like he is like leading the entire group there. But like I say, if I got what should we call it? Some other one. If I got more, like another model there, it wouldn't fit. It'd be off center, and I really like the fact that he's just like up front and center file, just right there. But anyway, so how did I paint these? Really, really easy. So I used a Vallejo. You can't really see. This is the colour that I actually used. This is a Vallejo. Oh no, I've knocked over some dudes. No, it's okay. They're ghosts. They don't mind. I'm just going to push you back there. So this is actually, believe it or not, a bottle of Vallejo Light Ghost Grey primer. So that went straight onto them. Then after that, I used Games Workshop's Nikolach. I can't even pronounce that. I used the weird oxide stuff all over the miniature, like all over it, just covered it in there, which brought out like a natural kind of highlight. I then dry brushed that with a white, so it picked out the highlights even more. And then I literally went over and just on some of on like the heads of them, on like the skulls, I went over with my. Do I have it here to hand? Yes, I went over it with the green fluorescent from Vallejo, and it just made everything just pop. It's literally a 4-step process really in regards to making these guys look absolutely awesome. I was really, really happy with the way they turned out, and they just look so ghostly and so awesome like. yeah, I've got some basing stuff to do on there, maybe a bit of dry brushing on the base to bring out some of the base details and things, and some static grass to put on there, and then those guys are done. It's just a really, really quick, really easy unit, and they're amazing in game apparently. Again, not had a full game yet at Kings of War. Not even had half a game. Not even a quarter of a game. Mainly because I just want to. I want to get a full army ready before I start playing around with them and stuff. But anyway, guys, that's pretty much it on today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to share this video to how the channel grows. Don't forget to like, favourite, and subscribe as well. Also, leave a comment in the doobly-doo down below what you think of like my ghostly effect. Do you think it's any good? I'd love to hear back from you guys. I actually really love reading your comments. The comments have been a bit dry recently. There's only a few people commenting, and I don't know why. So get in contact. Comment the shit out of the YouTube channel. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are and things. And what do you think of the cool Reaper miniature stuff that I've got? Like, which one is your favourite? Do you like the werewolf? Do you like the sorcerer? Do you like the skeleton champion? It's stuck on a ghost. Or do you like the warlock dude here? Which one's your favourite, guys? Leave a comment in the doobly-doo down below. But anyway, guys, I'm going to leave that for this episode. I'm going to drop that bombshell, and I'm going to see you guys in the next one. So, thank you very much for watching, guys. See you now, and goodbye.